What's going on? Hey, everybody, we are live. We are live, so come on in. Come on in. Oh, my goodness, y'all, come on in. I'm going to give y'all time and the opportunity to get the notification that we are live so y'all can come on in. Oh, I hope y'all Thursday is going good. Mine was going good and then the bottom fell out of it and I just had a whole lot of stuff I had to deal with and do. But we are finally on the road and out. What's going on, Latasha Williams? One day at a time. What's happening? Hey, everybody. I'm so glad to see y'all. What's going on, Sharon Redmond? Hey, Miss Wilson. How is everybody? Y'all come on in. If y'all had a good Thursday, I'm down here in this central time. So everybody should be off work right about now. Hey, Jody Savage, how you doing? What's going on, Bernice Self? I am so excited to see you guys. I know it's been a minute. Y'all know I know. But I have to make this announcement every time. Y'all know I'm real. I have a real job, a real business. And so sometimes I just have to work. Doreen, Clearwater, Florida. Miss Doreen, I've been trying to get to Florida all summer long and ain't made it there yet. I think I'm going to have to put it off till next year. I wanted to come and enjoy my summer. And then I thought I'd hold off and go down and celebrate my birthday and work. Did not let it be. So enjoy Florida for me. How are you? Hey, G, I'm well. Yes, man. Hey, Miss Reed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's going on, sunshine? Brooklyn, New York. All right. I'm glad everybody's here. We got more people that's going to be coming in as the notification gets out. And people know that we're on and we are on live. Y'all, I had to do this. This is real. If y'all can see, I'm not in my normal location when I do my lives. I am traveling, but I had to do one. One, it's a good time because I am traveling, so I can be focused and get it done. And what's going on, Phoenix, Arizona? To be Black Native. I got relatives out there in Arizona. I think it's Goodyear, and I think it's Goodyear. So what's happening? Y'all, it's hot out there. My auntie lives in Arizona. She came home to visit, and she told me she left weather of 124. Kimco Lee, what's going on, lady? Hey, GA, lovely eyes. So, listen, I want to send a big shout out. Okay, I got a big shout out I want to send to a young lady who just provoked me to do this live outside of the norm. And let me see if I can find her name. Miss Bernadette Carter. Miss Bernadette Carter. I want to send a big shout out to her. I want to say thank you thank you. Miss Burnett Carter, who is one of our subscribers. She's a part of the congregation and the jury when we're having to litigate issues. She has been sending me cash apps throughout the weeks. It's been the past few weeks. She sent one week, sent one the next week. And not a lot, listen, it's not about the money. Not about the money, because it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. But she just wanted me to know that I was on her mind. She was thinking about me. She wanted me to have a good day and to enjoy a good coffee on her. And I want to send a wonderful big shout out. And if y'all will help me, because that's what we do. We uplift each other here in the members of the congregation. Y'all send a big hands up, claps. Clap. All right, Bernadette Carter, I appreciate you, and this live is for you. Because the last cash app she said, we miss you. God in heaven knows, I miss y'all. All right, so let's do a little bit more housekeeping, okay? And then we're gonna get rolling on this thing. We're gonna jump into it. If you're coming into the stream, y'all go and hit that like button. The best thing about hitting that like button is it's free. The second best thing is to hit the subscribe button if you are not a subscriber. You wanna know why? Because it's free. It don't cost you nothing. All you gonna do over here is get good commentary, a whole lot of laughter, and a good time. All right? So it's free. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell so that when we go live, you can get the notification, okay? Or when we upload a video. All right? All right. Anybody who's new to the channel, we want to say welcome. We hope you enjoy it. Please participate. The members of the congregation, get in here, baby. When they get in that chat, it's on like a chicken bone. Do you hear what I say? So please, come on in, participate, and be a part. And remember, over here, you can disagree. You can disagree with me and other members of the chat from start to finish if that's what you want to do. All we ask is in your disagreeing, be respectful, okay? Because you don't have to be disrespectful to disagree, okay? Everybody got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to have one. We want to hear what it is, okay? But we want to keep it straight over here. We don't attack. We don't pull down. Now, we may make jokes. We may throw a little shade. But we're not here to hurt anybody. That's not how we roll. It's not how we roll, okay? All right, so let's jump on into what we're going to talk about. Y'all saw the head, and we got a few things we want to talk about. And the first thing that I want to address is the update on Brother Polight. Now, we did a video about Brother Polight, and unlike a lot of other YouTubers, I did one video, I hit the issue, and I was done. But you got some other YouTubers that's riding this brother. Yes, Lord, like they was riding each other in the Brokeback of the Mountain. And they were riding Brother Polight so hard that Brother Polight came out and did a video and said, I'm getting every last YouTuber, everybody that says something about me, I'm coming at them. I got the money and I'm going to be petty. And he did that and he kept talking. I guess he thought about what he said because he came back and said, those YouTubers who lied. And now he's done another video where he says that now he's fixing to get folks for cyber bullying. Cyber bullying. Sharon Redmond, he's neither Polight nor my brother. Oh, that's cold. T and chat, please pray for me. I'm trying to get over COVID. I still have a long way to go. Well, listen, baby, let's do that right now. In the mighty name of Jesus, God, we come right now as a collective, and we lift up our sister to you, God, and we ask you to do what only you can do, and that's heal from the inside out. God, make our sister whole again. Give her the strength she needs to fight this illness and to come through on the other side better than she was before she went in. If anybody can do it, God, it's you. And in the mighty, matchless name of Jesus, we claim it to be done and to be so. In Jesus' name, let every heart in the congregation say, amen. Amen, sister. Get better, feel better. Hang in there and fight with all you got, okay? God bless you. God bless you. So sorry you're having to go through that. So sorry. So now, he does another video. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. He had to go back to court, okay, concerning his bond. It was video. They did, and you could hear the entire hearing as it was going on. I watched it on Tanya TKO's video on her page. So if you want to see the entire hearing through the video, you can go. I know you can go to Tanya TKO's page and you will see it. She did a video. She reacted to the hearing as the hearing was going on, or she did a video right after it. I can't remember now, but either she did the live while the hearing was going on and she live streamed the hearing, or she watched the hearing and right after doing that, she went on live and played portions of that hearing. One of the two. I can't remember which one. You're absolutely welcome, Janet, anytime. And I'm serious, baby. We'll be praying for you on the regular as part of our prayer routine. So y'all can go over there if you wanna watch it. With me being in the car, it's kind of hard for me to be going back and forth from videos and sharing my screen and things like that. But he went back to court concerning his bond, and this is what happened. He came out of this initially with 3 charges, from what I could understand from listening to the hearing. He had 2 main charges, which were, hold on one second. One was contributing to the legacy of the minor. The other one was assaulting a child between the ages of 12 and 16, I think is what it was, and another offense. And what the state of Florida decided to do, they took no action on those charges, and instead put 4 more charges on him. Put 4 more charges on him. He did. Now, I will admit that the 4 new charges that they put on him, when you look at the minimum and maximum amount of time that he could get, he's in a much better situation. Because with those other 2 main felonies, the way they had him charged, that young boy was looking at life. With the 4 new charges that he has, he's looking at probably somewhere like maybe 60 years, 30 to 60 years, I would say, somewhere around there. So even though 30 to 60 years for some people, if they got all the time, it amounts to life. But anything less than life is good. And I know it might not sound like it's good, but trust and believe is good. Okay? And so they arraigned him on the new 4 charges, and the judge, in arraigning him on the new 4 charges, increased his bond. So he went from having a bond that was $20,000 to $25,000 to a bond that was like 30-some thousand. So he had all the original bond he made was still good. All he now needed to do was make a bond to cover the additional amount of the bond that the judge had put on him, which was like maybe 10 to 15,000 additional dollars. Okay, so once he posted a bond on that additional amount, then he was allowed to get out. Now, in the hearing, there was a lot of conversation going on back and forth between the state and Polight's attorney, talking about new stuff, new allegations. You know, the prosecution was talking about stuff that Polight had, what they believe, I should say, had done or was doing. The prosecutor mentioned that a video of the young girl being intoxicated or whatever, on drugs or whatever the situation was, somehow had leaked out into the social media diaspora. Now, I had not seen this video and didn't know such a thing was out there, but according to the prosecution at the hearing, this video is now out in the public sphere because it had been, you know, put out. So Polight does a video saying that the two charges were dropped. That's not true, according to an attorney that practices law there. Tanya TKO brought on an attorney to explain some of the legal verbiage that was being discussed there in the hearing. And I will admit this with her. On the paperwork, it says that with those two initial charges, the state took no action. It doesn't say they were dismissed. And listen to me good. Unless you get some type of order or some statement made by the state on the record that your charges have been dismissed, they ain't dismissed. They ain't dismissed. And nobody that I've heard and no paperwork that I've seen said that his charges were dismissed. Now, does that mean that these two charges won't be dismissed? I'm not saying that. They absolutely can. But right now, all this says is that the state of Mississippi, I'm sorry, that the state of Florida, the prosecution for the state of Florida is saying we are right now at this present time, we are not taking any action on those charges. Instead, we want to move forward on these 4 new charges that we want him and need him to be arraigned on. What is that? Put the one in Richard. Okay, so we got that. 2 minus 2 equals 4. Go to jail. Right, Sharon. Okay, so then he did a video where he acknowledged, he says, you know, does that mean that the fight is over? No, there's still a fight. And he acknowledges the 4 additional charges. But for some reason, he seems to think that because the state of Florida chose not to take action on those other 2 charges, that somehow that means for him that now he can sue everybody. No, because the way he was talking is though because the state decided to not take action on those other 2 charges, that somehow that means that what everybody has been commentating on is wrong. But I will say this: he came back in his video and he clarified himself when he started talking about who he was going to sue. He said people who had just, you know, intentionally made stuff up, just lied. And he's going after the YouTubers and he's going after the people that making lies comments in the comments. He finna sue everybody. First of all, YouTubers and people in the comments have a right to their opinion. Nobody has to see things the way you see them. And people have a right to believe what they choose to believe. The most that I've seen YouTubers comment on, I know that I've commented on, it's my opinion. I said I believe he did it. And if he didn't do it, I believe he did something, because I couldn't get none of his supporters who came in on that live to answer the one question I asked over and over and over and over again. Why was he in that room with that little girl by himself? They had a hotel room together. They left. He took her out of the hotel room that he was sharing with his girlfriend and went to a whole nother hotel. Why? I just asked a question. How and why? I'm traveling this sun. This get up hard. Okay. I hope this is a little bit better. So he has these 4 charges that are still pending, that are now pending out there. They're more specific. Now that, and this is what happens sometimes, y'all. Okay. The police are, and they do their investigation, and based on what they believe you should be charged, that's the charge that you get arrested for, and that's what you move forward with. But once that's done, what ends up happening is the case then goes to a prosecutor. The prosecutor gets the case, and that's what all of the facts are that they wasn't have the allegations are, and they see what they got and what they're working with. Oftentimes, not all the times, I won't say often, well, there are a lot of times when once the case gets in the hands of a prosecutor and the prosecutor looks at what all is there, charges can change. Charges can be reduced. Charges can be upgraded. Okay? I've had to deal with situations where people start off, they'll burn out on a misdemeanor simple assault charge. Okay, because at the time of the incident and the situation, it looked like it may be simple, but the person then went on off to the doctor, went on off to the hospital, and they found out that they got some internal bleeding, and now they done had to stabilize them and transport them to another hospital. Go out, come back on, okay? Plural, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Anything y'all give by way of your super stickers or super chats and all that stuff, the cash apps you guys send, I am very appreciative, y'all. I hope y'all know that. If I get wrapped up and get to talking and forget to tell y'all, please know I am appreciative. Thank you so very, very much. You can do so many other things with your money, and you choose to share it via Black Me, and I want y'all to know I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, Janet, you asked the same question. I just asked the question, y'all. That's it. Why was you in this hotel, a grown man, with a 14-year-old young lady? 13, 14, 15, whatever the age range is in there. She's a minor, she underage, and you didn't have no business in no hotel room with her. I'm good with what's most winnable with the most time. Absolutely. And so when the prosecutor gets that case and looks at everything, the prosecutor makes a determination if these charges can stay. Started messing up. Is After the person is initially arrested and charged with the misdemeanor, and then they are charged, they bond out, but then later on you find out that this person has suffered more injuries than what you initially thought. This is what's going to happen. A couple of things can happen. One, you can rearrest the person and charge them with the aggravated assault, upgrading it from a simple assault to an aggravated assault. Or you can just wait, allow the DA to take those charges and present them to the grand jury. Once the grand jury has issued an indictment, then you bring the person in so you can inform them that they've been indicted by the grand jury, and at that time, you can increase the bond for the aggravated assault because he bonded out on a simple assault, not an aggravated. And that's the thing that they were going on with Polight at his bond hearing. His attorney kept trying to say that his charges had been reduced. Okay, now listen. There are these offenses called lesser and included. Okay? If you're charged with the felony offense of aggravated assault, the lesser included offense is simple assault. Okay? So you can reduce an aggravated assault to a simple assault. And his attorney kept saying the charges had been reduced, and the prosecutor kept saying, these are just new charges that he needs to be arraigned on. It's not a reduction. These are new charges, which means he needs to be arraigned on them, which means they need a new bond set. And that's what happened. That's what happened. If Polight was my client, I would tell him to shut up. Now, he says I'm not speaking on that issue because I got counsel and I'm going to let them do what they do. And that is good. But he's still talking. Either you going to shut up or you going to talk. Because if you're going to talk, all you are doing is giving the state an opportunity to record every video you do talking about this situation without talking about the situation, but in none of your videos have you said, I didn't do it. You talking about everything, but saying I didn't do it. Now, hey, Miss Song to you. Hey, Barbara Bailey, how you doing, darling? So now listen, nobody is upset with you exercising your constitutional rights to remain silent. We're going to talk about that too when we get over to Miss Gabby Petito, because that's interesting. But if you're not gonna at least say, listen, guys, all I gotta say about that matter is I didn't do it. Now I'm done with that. We're gonna let the chips fall where they may and let the proof come out. But I need you, my followers, everybody, I didn't do it. And if you're not gonna say that, don't say nothing. Cover it all up with saying you're exercising your constitutional right. Because people don't understand how you keep saying you ain't gonna talk on it, but you're talking. Ain't nothing you saying making sense. Ain't nothing you saying giving no justification for nothing. So be quiet. Okay? And that's what I would advise him to do. But like Polight, and I'm not saying this his attorney hadn't advised him, because at the end of the day, you can have these clients, baby, and they just run off and do what they want to do. And I tell my clients this: as long as you're doing what I'm telling you to do, you can hold me accountable, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to do to make sure that I can help you. But if you jump out there and do what you want to do, don't look at me when the bottom falls out. Because I told you to stay your head at the house, to keep your mouth closed, to shut up. And if you don't want to stay at the house, if you don't want to shut up, what happened, actually, that's on you. Now, if this blows back in his face, it's gonna be the Jewish lawyer or the white. It's gonna be everybody's problem, but him not shutting his mouth and staying in the house. That's the best thing to do. Now, he is correct. Nobody gets to, even though he has made himself a public figure, and this is a matter that is a public record, he's in the public, can talk about the situation all day, every day. What people do not have the right to do is to lie on him. Now, one thing that I did in my video that he said that he had not given a statement to the police. In that video, I said that I believe or was told, or it had been said, that he had to give a statement. If he's not giving a statement to the police, then cool. You know, I have to retract that. I just he said it, but I was under the belief that he had to give him one, and if he says he hadn't, I'll accept that he hadn't, and all of those statements came from the girl and or the minor and or the minor's mom and whoever else the police may have talked to, and I roll with that. I ain't got no problem. I'm just saying, shut up. You so busy trying to show people how smart. This is my opinion. He is so busy trying to show people how smart he is that what he is really showing us is his level of ignorance. And it's high. Her boys go and then you may make it back to Florida, but the girl doesn't. Her body is now been found and identified as being hers. Saw a news clip where they're saying that the name of the autopsy is a homicide. Now, of course, I hadn't seen any records yet, so I'm just going off of what the news reported. So all this right here is allegedly. Allegedly, okay. The initial portion of the autopsy says state the manner of death, has it listed as a homicide. Homicide means that this person died for some reason other than at their own hands. They didn't commit suicide, but they did. And it's not natural causes. So it's a homicide. Okay? Something or somebody. Well, with homicide, somebody. They say somebody killed you. Okay. Alright. This is what's interesting about this set of facts and circumstances. Okay? Alright. You got two angles of this case. One is, you know, it would be nice if everyone who had a family member that came up missing got this type of coverage and this type of assistance with help. I mean, over on TikTok, this situation has created criminal investigators, Jacques Cousteau, what's some of the they got some Perry Masons that's over there They done dug him up. Matlock, Sherlock Holmes, Inspector Gadget. I mean, you name it. Listen, man, the folks over in TikTok listen. If police don't find out what happened to her, them folks over there going to. And it is, on the one hand, it's you are glad because you want families not to have to go through and suffer this type of stuff, man. This is emotionally traumatizing, right? But it's also a shame that this type of concern and care is not given to black girls that come up missing. And can I be honest? Can I be honest? Talk to me, congregation. Can I be honest? I'm waiting on somebody to tell me, yeah. I know. I'm traveling. And my driver decided to take a shortcut, and it's taking me through a bad area. I'll say it again. Come on, say that. Yes, I'll say it again in case somebody missed it due to the connection. I am glad for Miss Petito's family to get this type of coverage and this type of assistance. And I said that the folks over in TikTok have turned into Perry Mason. It's true crimes over there for real. They are Inspector Gadget. They are Murder, She Wrote, Diagnosis Murder. Now some of these shows I'm calling may be beyond some of y'all experience. I mean, I know these shows, but these was where they had to solve the crime. You only had an hour. You only had an hour to solve it, but they solved it. Okay, y'all told me to be honest and speak on it, so I'm finna tell you. You wanna know what the truth is? This is my personal opinion. It ain't even just black girls. It's poor, ugly white ones too. I said it because it's true. If you are a rich white woman or the daughter of a rich white woman and you come up missing, honey, the world is going to stop until we find you. But if you are a trailer trash white woman or you are a young black woman, we're going to have to go down to the church and get in a prayer circle. Because they just ain't coming looking for you. They just ain't. I remember taking a trip. Where did I go? I went to the Virgin Islands for a destination wedding. One of my friends was getting married out there. And I forgot to tell my mom. Now I'm grown. I was grown then. I'm still grown. I go where I want to go. Don't have to report to my mama. But I was good at when I was leaving the state to let her know. That way, if something were to happen, you know, they know where I am and that I might be missing. So I would let my mama know, right? So we land in the Virgin Islands. don't, I can't, I won't be able to find, please come back home. I said, Mama, I know I'm in a bad area. I'm back now. Y'all see me good? I told Mama, I said, Mama, I laughed. I said, Mama, it was right around the time when Natalie Highway came up missing. She had went to Aruba or somewhere on the beach with somebody and then she was gone. My mama said, please don't be Natalie. I told my mama, you ain't got to worry about that child. Because, number one, I'm not the one to kidnap. I'm not a rich white woman. I'm heavy set. I'm black. I'm coming back home. Yeah, I know, sunshine. All right, Miss Song. I went out of the country. I went out of the country to the Virgin Islands. Well, you know, semi out of the country. You know, it's still a part of the U.S. I went to the Virgin Islands, and I didn't tell my mama that I was going before I left. When I got there, I remembered that I hadn't told her. So I was telling her where I was, and this was around the time when Natalie Holloway, I believe is her name, came up missing. She had went to Aruba somewhere and ended up missing off a beach or something like that. But she was missing. The little white girl was missing. And my mama she got so anxious about it. Me being out of the country and the little white girl missing, and she was telling me, baby, please come home. Don't do me like that. Don't hurt my heart. Don't hurt my heart. I can't get there to get you. I won't know where to start. If you come home. And I told my mama, I ain't the one they snatch up. They don't want me. I'm too old. I'm too black. I'm too fat. And I ain't rich. They don't want me. Y'all remember Natalie Holloway missing? Well, check this out. Check this out. Two people went camping. I saw one of the police officer chief or somebody made this statement. Two people left going camping. One person came back. Let me tell you what that young white man is doing that Brother Polight is not doing. Shutting that up. And that wasn't a bad connection. Yeah, Miss. I told my mama, don't worry, I'll be back because I'm not the one they're looking for. They didn't snatching me up. Oh, my goodness. Oh. I made it back. They didn't even attempt to try to snatch my tail. But the young man, whose name is Brian, Laundrie, I'm not sure what his last name, but I know his first name is Brian. He hasn't said one word. Listen, when they were looking for the young lady, before they knew that she was dead, they were looking for her. The boy didn't even tell the folks he was back at home. He had been at home a whole week before the parents decided to, say she's missing. That boy came home with his mouth closed. Now they looking for him. Miss Sauce, he is still missing. Unless they found him since I've been on live. He is still missing. Now, we say missing. And I'm going to say something. I want y'all to, there's questions I want y'all to ask yourselves when you're listening to this story. Because you got the one side that the young, rich, white, pretty girls get all kinds of concern and care. And everyone else, not so much. So that's one issue about the Petito story. Now here's the second issue, the legal side of everything. Why would the young man simply not say what happened, right? Your initial inclination would be, he ain't talking because he did it. Otherwise, what you got to hide? Why do you want to tell them where the girl was, or hey, we got separated, or whatever the case may be? Whatever you want to say it. You're not saying nothing. So it gives off the implication that he is somehow involved in her death. He ain't gonna say nothing because he involved in someone's death. If you go that route, right? If you stay along that line of thinking, now I want y'all to start asking yourselves some questions, right? Okay. My first inclination was, did the boy come home? This is what the parents are saying. But then you have to ask yourself, well, the van made it there. The van made it there. His parents said that he came home, and I believe there was a neighbor that said they saw him. Okay. His parents said he went to go to this place hiking. And after he didn't come back, they went to go look for him and couldn't find him, left his car there so he could get back. And after some more days passed and he didn't come back, they went and got the car. This me. Did anybody see him drive to that reserve? No harm, no foul. Just thinking out loud. The daddy could have parked the car there. The only somebody who's telling the storyline is parents. Now, while everybody's out there searching in that reserve looking for him, he could be with them Haitians crossing over to Mexico. I'm just saying, do we know? Do we know? Hey, Miss B. Carter. Yes, Miss Song, that's what they say. He went hiking and got missing. And there was a picture of a guy that they said they saw there, but they haven't been able to find any traces of this person. Traces of this person that they saw. They can't say for sure if it was Brian or not. It looked like him, but they can't say it was him or not. And they've seen no traces of this individual that they saw. Miss B. Carter, I talked about an update on Polight, and now we're talking about Miss Petito and Mr. Brian. I think his last name is Laundrie. Now, I want to say this. For Miss Petito's family, I know it feels like, it gotta feel like emotional battery. Because Brian and his parents have made an intentional decision not to tell this girl's parents what happened to their daughter. They've made a conscious, intentional decision not to tell her. Now, Brian has a constitutional right not to speak. Really, the Landrys do too, until May, and that's what I would do. If I was a prosecutor in that case, I'd be in front of a circuit court judge, filing a material witness complaint against the parents. Yes, I would. I would go ahead on and charge that boy. I would file material witness subpoena for his parents and tell them they either talk or they going to jail. And let me tell you why that can happen. One, they are witnesses. They are not suspects. The constitutional right, your Fifth Amendment privilege not to incriminate yourself or testify against yourself or speak against yourself applies to the one who's been charged with the crime, not witnesses. You might not want to tell it, but you gotta tell it. They not his therapist, they not his pastor, and they ain't his wife or husband. Now, if he was married to his parents, he'd have spousal privilege. But since he ain't married to them, he don't get no spousal privilege. And there ain't no such privilege as parent-child privilege. And well, let me say this: not in the state of Mississippi, and I ain't heard that it was born in no other state. But I am here to be enlightened. That's so true. They said it was not him. Okay. So if it was not him, how do we know he's in the reserve? Let me tell you something. If Brian's parents love him enough that they won't say nothing, no more than to say our son is missing, what makes you think they're not lying to the police and they're sending them on a wild goose chase? They helping their son. They said that when the boy got home, he contacted his parents and he contacted an attorney. The attorney told them to shut up. And the police sitting right now acting like there ain't nothing we can do. I bet you if it was a black man that they were looking for, they'd already have him charged. He'd be more than a doggone suspect. Well, he'd be a suspect, not a person of interest. He'd be a suspect. A warrant would be issued for his arrest, and his whole family would be down at the precinct. They even pick up the dog and the cat and the rats out of their neighborhood to figure out what they know. Y'all know they would. Y'all know they would. Y'all know they would. And I hate playing that race card, but y'all know if that was a black situation, black folks instead of white folks, the black man would already be in charge. They probably put out that he was armed and dangerous. I'll tell you something else I found interesting about this case. When the police got the call in about there being a domestic situation, the police received a call in one of their travels somewhere up around Utah. A call came in of a domestic disturbance. When the police arrived at the scene, the van had already left. They had already gone. But they talked to the witnesses that was there. The witnesses gave them a description of the van, counter of the people, and there were witnesses on both sides that said, initially it was put out that there were witnesses that was saying that she was slapping him. At least from the body cam, that's what the officers were saying. Some days after that, it's been said that the actual call that came in said that he was slapping her. Okay? When the officers encountered them, they saw injuries on him, on Brian, not on her. And they explained to him that in Utah, they got this, when it comes to domestic violence and their injuries, you have no choice but to make an arrest. You got no choice. And they talked to him and went through the process of the different options and things that had to happen. And they talked and kept talking and kept talking. And they talked themselves out of saying this was a domestic situation where they had to make an arrest. And it would be her. She was determined to be the aggressor. He had been determined to be the victim, so they would have had to arrest her. They talked themselves out of it being a domestic violence case and a mental health issue. And since it was a mental health issue, we didn't have to arrest anybody. We're going to take him to the hotel. We're going to leave her in the van. They chose to take him to the hotel instead of her because she told them she was fearful that he was going to leave her in the van. So to keep her calm and not feeling like, or to make sure that if that was his intent, that did not happen, we're going to leave her with the van. We're going to take him to the hotel. Nobody asked the question, why do you think he's going to leave you? It's your fiance. We traveling across country. We're having a wonderful time. We had a bad morning. Went bad. Part of it is my fault. Went bad. Okay, it happens. To the best of us, right? But me being in an argument with my fiance or significant other or my spouse doesn't jump to me saying, Lord, if y'all give him that van, he gonna leave me. What? Just because we had an argument? No. And then you have to ask yourself that had the police did their jobs and made the arrest, because it was a domestic situation. They are in a relationship. They got into an argument. They got physical, and one of the individuals sustained injury. That's what a domestic violence situation is. Do you think that had it been a black man and a black woman, do you think the police would have taken the same action? I'm asking a question. I ain't saying nothing. I don't know these officers personally. They may have done the exact same thing if it was a black couple, if it was a Latino couple. They may have. I'm just asking, do you think they would have? Yes, Miss Song, to you. That arrest could have saved her life. But they too busy trying to bend over backwards to make everybody happy that let's fix it. Because why? They're young, they're pretty. I don't know if they were rich or not, but they're young and they're pretty. We don't want to make trouble. Let's forget about doing the right thing and doing something that we would do in every situation for everybody. Now, if this is what they do and have done in the past in situations, then I can see them doing it. But the man walked up to him and told him they don't have a choice. They gotta arrest her. And they do, because that's what the law says. If you show up and there are injuries, not that they was arguing or got into it or a little pushing or a little whatever, but if you show up on the scene and somebody has injuries, that is a fight that escalated and got somewhere it had no business going. Had no business going. We ain't got no business putting our hands on each other now. Ain't nobody children. You can't make no grown person do nothing. But the people back at the scene says that the girl jumped through the window to get back in the van because he was trying to leave without her. Now that's what the people at the scene say. The body camera showed Brian saying that he got in the van to lock the door to keep her from continuing to come at him. He was trying to separate himself. He was not trying to leave. But for some reason, he said or did something to make her believe that he was going to leave her. Because had that not been the case, she never would have said that to the police. Come on now. I got a chance not to go to jail, right? Check this out. I got a chance not to go to jail. Thank God. Right? And I'm given a choice to stay in this van or to go to a hotel. I'm a female. You don't think I'm going to pick going to the hotel? Let this dude stay in this van. I'm going to the hotel. And for some reason, she did not feel comfortable going to that hotel and leaving him with that van because she felt like the next day she wouldn't be able to find him. And you have to ask yourself why. And why the police didn't ask her why, I don't know. I don't know. Sounds like white man privilege. Sharon Redmond, what you say? They'd arrested both if they were black. And I believe that. Why I believe that? Because that's what I see on a day-to-day basis. I'm in and out of the judicial system, y'all. This is what I do for a living. They do it all the time. They arrest both. Most likely. Most likely. But I'm going to tell you this. Whoever got injuries, okay? Whoever got injuries, the other person that don't have none is getting arrested. If both of y'all got injuries, both of y'all getting arrested. And the police take the position here. I'm going to do my job on the front end and arrest you. And if y'all want to drop these charges or do something with them, you can. But on the front end, I'm going to do my job. And I'm going to do it because, God forbid, I walk away from the situation trying to make things light and somebody gets hurt or gets killed. That is the mentality of law enforcement officers here in the state of Mississippi, at least where I live, down in the Mississippi Delta. And it's a good position to have. And as a county prosecutor, I've advised them to do the same. Because God in heaven knows if you leave them at home, and one of them end up killing the other, guess what the family of the one who got killed is going to do? Sue yo off. I think Gabby was hot as, okay. She had a nice perky set. Okay. A smoking body. All right. And cute face. If an ugly guy like Brian was with a hot chick, he should have been treating her like a queen and eating the, all right. Okay, Joey. I can't say that I disagree. I wasn't paying attention to her set. I didn't know it was perky. That's number one. But I'll take your word for it. And if you see her as being smoking hot, then all right, buddy. There you go. Smoking hot. All right. Well, let me say this, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So whoever you're with, whoever you make a decision that you want to spend your time with, your life with, you should treat them as royalty. You should treat them as queens and kings. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna treat the person right, then don't waste your time or theirs, right? Let them go on and be with whomever they need to be with, and you be with somebody who's gonna treat you right? That's how we do that thing. Okay. Oh, yes, I am, Joey. Joy, what the? A plainer Jane deserves less respect. Well, see that. Well, that's exactly what I am saying. That's what I'm saying, Sharon. If you're not going to treat the person right and they're not going to treat you right, then y'all don't need to be together. Because what's the purpose of being with somebody who's going to treat you like a dog? Whether you are smoking hot, or not. All right, guys, I got to go and check in. Get out the way, Jake. Y'all see my dog. I know, right? Lord Jesus. Jake. All righty. Let's see here. Hold on 1 minute. I ain't going nowhere now. Don't y'all think it's over, because it ain't over till it's over. 2 questions. You Dominican guys, and you single and are single? I am not Dominican. I am not. I am of African descent, but I am not Dominican. I was American born. Okay, let's see. Sherry says, I got a sister that will make Jesus slap her, but that doesn't mean kill her. Oh my God. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This appears, it looks like, I'm not saying it is, but it looks like it is a domestic violence situation, right? And it just escalated. It went from them arguing to hitting to slapping, and then it ended with someone losing their life. And I want to say this on a serious note, okay? Seriously, guys, honest to God, listen to me. Nobody, there ain't no such thing as I love you to death. No, don't love me to death. Love me to life. Don't love me to death. Love me to life. If he gotta beat you, if he has to emotionally abuse you, if he has to financially abuse you, right? He makes all the money or the majority of the money, and paying all the bills and everything, and so he's gonna control you with the money. Let me tell you what you do. Love yourself enough to leave. Can you take us to the front entrance? Get in, Brad. This don't, I was wondering, because I'm like, this don't look like no front entrance. Been to 100 hotel, and somehow she done made up her mind that the back door is the front entrance. What the hell? You just gotta laugh, right? So I want to encourage you. Oh, yes, ma'am, Sharon. Yes, ma'am. Let's pull up this. Yes, ma'am. So I want to encourage you, okay? Please, y'all, don't feel like this person, male or female, because it's a misconception to think that the only people being abused are the females. Men get abused too. Women can lose their mind and pop off and want to physically fight, okay? And I just want y'all to love yourselves enough to know it's unacceptable. So y'all Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I got y'all on my hotspot and I walked in with my computer and not my phone. Sorry. Okay, but tell her congratulations, Miss Sharon. She's a part of the Divine Nine. We love her. No, the card you got on file. I just brought it as an extra card, but the one you got on file.
And what's the contact number?
662-719-1279. Oh, Joy, you a cute dog. Okay, now we is not fixing to start talking Greek stuff. I'm talking mess. Back that way? Okay. Third floor. Let me put that over there. Third floor. Get the thing right there so we can put all our stuff on. All right, thank y'all. All right, guys, I got checked in, get my stuff out the car. Well, look at all of these Greek lives we got on this live. What's going on? Divine Nine? But listen, so Petito, Brian is doing the right thing. He is keeping his mouth closed. And that is the right thing to do. Especially if you is involved. Unless you gonna tell on yourself and admit that you committed this crime and be ready to walk yourself into the police station and into the jail cell, the best thing for you to do is to shut up. And Brian is doing I'm assuming what his attorney told him to do. One thing we know for sure, he ain't talking. Now, we don't know where he is, and that's what I find interesting. What is you hiding for? What? Why won't your parents say more? Because we know that when you came home without your fiance who was living in the house with you at your parents' house, you don't think them folks asked him, where Gabby? Where is Gabby? Brand, don't worry about that. Close it. Close it. I ain't asked you to do nothing. This is how things get messed up. Doing too much. Doing what nobody asked you to do. I tell you the truth, child. This 11-year-old son of mine, I love him to death. But ooh, I don't know if we gonna make it through this thing called puberty. I don't know. Hey, Brandon, hang that up there. No. That's fine. I don't care nothing about that. Get this out of there. Okay. Go over there and hang it up over there. Sherry, stop. I'm just girl. I always wanted a son, and the Lord blessed me with one. But ooh, sweet Jesus in the daylight. That's all I can say. My mama told me one time, I gotta love you, but I sure ain't gotta like you. Oh God, put Jake in there. Oh my goodness, that was funny. It hurt my feelings at the time, but as I've gotten older, raising my own child, I understand what my mama meant. Yeah, Miss B. Carter, listen, let me tell you something. I did not want to take him with me because he's gonna miss a day out of school tomorrow, and we don't play when it comes to that thing we call education. But I don't allow him to stay at any and everybody's house. Now, I don't. I don't. My mama didn't raise us like that, so it has roll off on me. Uh, and I know now kids get to go wherever they want to go and stay where they want to stay as long as they want to stay and all of that good stuff. But I just was raised you couldn't go to everybody's house. I don't know what they doing over there. And that's right, Miss B, that too. That's another thing. Sometimes when I travel and I'm having to go out of state in particular, if there's something that he's learned in school or something like that, and I know I'm going in an area where he's going to be able to see that thing that they're talking about in school, I'll take him so that he can get that hands-on bird's eye view. For many years, we talk about, Black History Month and Martin Luther King and whatnot. So one year I ended up having to go to Atlanta, and I took him with me so I could take him to the Dr. Martin Luther King Museum out there and to see all of those historical, monuments and things of that nature. That was cool. And so what we decided to do was, whenever I'm going to a new state, we go to their science center. Every state in the country has a science center, and we go, and man, we have so much fun. You learn so much stuff, and it's so much fun. All right, now listen here, guys. I'm finna get on an elevator, and when I do, we may lose connection. But I'm gonna come right back on if we lose it, because I got maybe about 30 more minutes. I'm gonna talk about Nicki Minaj, and then I'm gonna let y'all go for the day. But we gotta talk. It's the best teacher, and I'm gonna tell you something, Sharon. It's the one thing that I can appreciate about homeschooling kids. It's a catch-22, because one, you need your children to be socialized, right? So you need them to know how to interact with other people, other children and other adults, so that we make sure they know how to act. But also at the same time, you get the benefits of way more hands-on experience, real life experience about the things that you're learning when you're homeschooled than when you're in public school. Okay, look like we made it with no interruptions. 3:00. Oh no, give me a minute. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here. Don't say it out loud. Okay. And so comic expression. Where we going? We going into the hotel room. I'm traveling. This weekend, y'all, is my birthday. It's actually Sunday, the 26th. And so I'm traveling with my son. And a friend of mine is hanging out with me. And I got another colleague, law school classmate friend, and another law school classmate friend. Another law school classmate friend. I got some. We all coming to hang out. to celebrate my birthday this weekend. So that's what we do.
This is Mom's birthday.
I mean,
Not your birthday. It's her birthday. She's calling the dead. It is not your birthday or it's nothing. So wait for her to make her decision. Get your book bag.
I think you might be all right. We got plenty of space.
This is a nicer one.
This got no space. All right. All right, guys. All right. So, well, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Natural Born Queen. I'm in Mississippi. I decided to do a Miss B Carter. Thank you, Sharon. Y'all, thank y'all so much. I decided to do a little staycation because I couldn't get to Florida. Oh, let him out. I couldn't get to Florida like I wanted to. So we decided to do a little staycation. I got some friends that live in Jackson, so I thought I'd just come down here. We take over the pool and the hotel and let them understand and know that this hotel this weekend belongs to me, Matty. Hey, Angela, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks, Janet. So let's move on. I just wanted to talk that was interesting, and I wanted y'all to pay attention to Brian. Listen, y'all, he doing it the right way. Shutting up. Now listen, let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. Him being quiet does not mean that he did anything. Okay? Him being quiet does not mean that he did anything. Because depending on what happened, it could have been an accident, but he freaked, he got scared, he panicked, and booyah. Nobody's going to believe what I say. Thank you, Kim Coley. Thank you so much. Your sister lives in Jackson. All right. Well, she might be seeing me. She might be talking about the wilding out that this woman was doing. Woo, 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 woo. Because I'm going to try. I'm a lot older now than I used to be when I was celebrating birthdays now. I go to bed a lot early. So I'll tell y'all the truth. I'm the main one that'll tell you quick. I'm tired. Oh my goodness. Linda, did you lock the car door? Did you lock the car door? Brandon. You done took off your shirt and everything. Could you check and make sure the car door is locked first? I know. You're not gonna see from that side either. He's so smart. He's trying. I'm telling y'all, he spends all his time trying to prove to me that he know more than me. Can somebody tell me why? And at what age does this end? To give me something to look forward to. Joanne, thank you so much, baby. Angela, that's what I was saying earlier. I don't know. I don't know, because the only person who's telling us that he's in the reserve is his parents. And since they are protecting him because they're refusing to speak too, right? They're not saying anything, right? So because they're refusing to speak, you can set it over there. You just need to move that thing. Set it on top of that. Set it on top of the table.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Since his parents are protecting him, and they are, we don't know if he's in the reserve. That's what they're telling us, but we don't know that. And to be quite honest, really, truly, I don't believe he's in the reserve. It's just me and what I think now. My opinion. It ain't facts. I ain't out there on them four-wheelers ride. I just think it's so suspect. I really do. I think that they're pointing us to the reserve. I think that boy is somewhere else. Even if he drove that car out there, I think he's somewhere else. Angela, we out there looking in the reserve. He in the group with the Haitians on his way to Mexico. They kicking the Haitians out. They kicking the Haitians out the country, and they headed to Mexico. That boy done got in the group, and he gone. They'll never know. My daughter's about to go to law school. Well, that's all right. Woohoo! All right. Enjoy yourself and be careful where you're at. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bonzella. Bonzella. You don't think they know where he at? He done came home. If he was going, just think about this, y'all. I'm not saying the young man didn't panic and didn't know what to do. He freaked out, right? But if I'm going to run, if I'm going, I ain't coming home. I'm already gone. The girl is missing. He could have been missing from where he was. You done came home to your mama and your daddy, and they done hired an attorney for you and them. Mm-hmm. I gotta say it for legal purposes. But what I want y'all to do is hit that like button and that subscribe button. As y'all come on into the chat, come on into the room, come on into the live, hit the like and the subscribe button. You know what's amazing about that like button and that subscribe button? When you hit it, it's free. You ain't know that. You ain't know that. You ain't know it was free. It don't cost you nothing. And hit them two buttons. And listen, if you hit the subscribe button, go on and hit that bell. So when I go live again or upload a video, you'll get the notification. You don't want to miss what we over here talking about, because I talk it. I talk the talk of talking it. Listen, any contributions you guys are willing to make to the channel, for the purpose of the channel, to me, I'm very appreciative. Okay, whether you want to do a super sticker, a lot of times people don't want to do super stickers or super chat. They don't want people to know that they're giving. They don't mind giving. They just don't want everybody in their business. So if that be you, I want you to know that I'm appreciative. This video, this live was a shout out response to Miss Bernadette Carter, who, bless her heart, over the past few weeks have been sending me money every week to get a coffee, just to let me know that she had me on her mind and she wanted me to have a good day. And I am appreciative of that. The last Cash App she sent, she said, I miss you, or we miss you. And I just had to do it. I said, you know what? Today is a good day to do it because I'm going to be traveling so I can talk the whole trip. And that's what I did. Made the ride go by fast and we got here so quick. Didn't even know we were traveling. So I'm very appreciative of every seed you guys are willing to sow into me and into the channel. Thank you all so very much. Free 99. Whoa, Angela. Angela said the Petito girl is a victim of reverse police discrimination. Now, that's funny to me, but I don't understand why you feel that way. I thought it was cool. Because if truth be told, while I was watching the body cam, before I knew, hey. Brandon, go on and change. You can take Jake out to let him get a little exercise because he wants to play.
He wants to play.
I kept watching, thinking, in my mind, I'm like, oh, brother, you going to jail. Even though the girl said it was her, even though the boy said it was her, even though the officer said that their statements were in line of the report that they received, I still thought they were going to arrest him because the man always get arrested. When they came back and had started explaining to him what was going to have to happen and that they were going to have to arrest her and this, that, or another, I'm like, what? Y'all going to do the pretty girl like that? What'd you say, Joey? With the good rack, a good set or something? I thought for sure the police was going to figure out some kind of way how to save this white girl with this wonderful set, as Joey said she had, and all the fineness that came along with her. I just knew the police was going to figure out some kind of way that if they were going to arrest somebody, it wasn't going to be that pretty girl. It was going to be Brian. Oh, my goodness. Carmen Expression says, can they be sued? The police, perhaps if they did something, she'd be alive. Well, Jay, Lita, give him some love, give him some attention. Calm him down. Don't squeeze on that. Hit him, because all of that is interfering with my. He's gone. Oh, listen. Can they sue the police? Well, let me say this. I'm not sure if they get anywhere. The girl and Brian both said, Gabby and Brian both said, and I thought it interesting too that she kept using the word, she kept saying that she had mental health issues, severe OCD. Anxiety was bad, and she suffers from anxiety. And she kept saying this over and over and over again. And he said it, that when things don't go according to plan, just step by step, like she wants it, she blows up. She gets boom. She goes. So could the police see this as a mental health issue and not so much as just a fight between people? She snapped. Now, can they sue? Yes. Anybody, just to answer your question, yes. Because anybody can sue for anything. So blanket, yes, she can sue. Would they, or they can, the parent, would they recover anything? That's another question. That's another question. Because what happened if she was suffering from mental health issues and they put her in a cell and it caused a more greater reaction and she died anyway? Then the people would be saying, she was telling y'all she suffered from a mental health issue. Why did y'all treat it as though it was a crime? There you go, Sharon. Anybody can sue. Will you win? Miss Sharon Leonard, thank you so much. God bless you. Okay. But a lawsuit might make them start following protocol, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or I can almost bet that them brothers have been chewed out. Now, I don't know if any greater disciplinary actions have been taken on them, but you can believe, baby, they got roughed up verbally. You want to know why? Because their supervisors know. Heck, I bet you they know. They are rethinking their actions. Golly, what if we had did our jobs? But one reason why nobody is coming at the police, nobody is blaming the police. You ain't hearing none of that kind of activity and that kind of talk. Because honestly, y'all, it could go either way. It could go either way. It could go either way. Now, I want to go to Nicki Minaj. And she got a whole lot of stuff going on. And it is my understanding. I don't think I've ever talked about Nicki Minaj, but all I've heard is that her followers are ruthless. If you say something negative about Nicki, they come at you 100 times over. And I just want to tell y'all, you can come, but unfortunately, you're not going to get nothing here because I don't have time. That's it. If I had the time to give to rat-a-tat-tat, I would rat-a-tat-tat with the best of you. But I don't have the time. So all you're going to be doing is just typing for nothing. So save yourself the time. I don't really have nothing negative to say about Nicki, but I want to talk about the situation involving Nicki. Okay? Right. Sharon, in the end, it is not the police's fault. Let me tell you what the police did not do to Gabby Petito. Kill her. They didn't do that. Carmen says, didn't they ask them to separate yet they were driving in a small van? They could have parted them. They did part them, Carmen. For that night, they did. They allowed Gabby to stay in the van and they took Brian to a hotel. So for that night, they did separate them. And that was one thing, one issue that they were making a lot of effort about. They were telling him all of the steps that come with making an arrest under these set of facts and circumstances, and that the main thing was, hey, we have to arrest her, but it doesn't mean we have to take her to jail. But if we don't take her to jail, what the judge is going to require is a separation. Give everybody an opportunity to calm down, cool down, separate. How can, and the officer said, but with y'all living in this van, how do we deal with the fact that there has to be a separation? Oh, they talked about that a lot during the stop. And all of this is captured on the body cam from the officers. And this is how they came up with the determination to separate. When they were talking to Brian, he didn't say too much. But when they spoke to Gabby, Gabby was telling them about her concern that if he was left with the van, he would leave her. And I asked this question earlier. Why didn't the police ask her? Why do you think he would leave you? Y'all are on this trip together. You're in a relationship, right? So what is it that will make you think? What has he done? What has he said to make you believe that he's going to leave you? I get y'all had an argument. I get it. It escalated a little bit. But we're going to separate y'all, give y'all time to calm down and have a better day tomorrow. So why would you think he wouldn't be here for you? They never asked the question. But because of her statement of her feeling like he would leave her, what they did, what the police decided to do was to let her stay with the van so that would not be a concern or a fear of hers. And they took him to the hotel. Probably. Yeah, probably. All right, on to Nicki Minaj. Hey guys, do me a favor. Stop talking for a second and let me finish this live. Thanks. Because I'm pointing, I'm doing everything. Y'all acting like y'all don't hear or see. Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, check this out, okay? Nicki Poo! Long time no see, baby. I'm glad you caught it. But you coming in on the end, Nicki Poo. I got to go. I'm going to talk about it, but watch it on the replay. But now that you hear Nicki Poo, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Nicki Poo. Nicki Poo said that still wouldn't stop him from leaving her if he really wanted to leave. Well, and he left her. I don't mean to laugh about that. I don't mean to laugh about the allegation or the suspiciousness around the fact that she's dead and he's not. And he's the last person known to have seen her. But even if he killed her, he didn't have to leave her. And then they found these stones out there that were put out like a cross close by where they found the body. Now, they not saying he did it. They don't know who did it. They don't know how long it had been out there. For all we know, the rock configuration could have been out there for 5 years. We don't know. But it's interesting that there was a rock formation in the form of a cross by where her body was. Okay? All right. Let's go on to Nicki Minaj. All right, so Nicki got a lot of stuff going on. First, her husband was charged with failing to report as a sex offender. He has since pled guilty to that offense. Then we have the woman that he was convicted of assaulting, files a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj and her husband. The same woman ends up doing an interview on The Real. And we got Nicki being jumped on by the mainstream media about her comments concerning COVID. All right. One question that came up was the allegation that Nicki Minaj and her team were harassing this girl, trying to get her, force her, or coerce her into recanting, changing her story to prevent Nicki's husband from having to having this other charge of failing to register as sex offender. If you are convicted of certain sex crimes, you have to register as a sex offender. Not all sex crimes require you to register, but there are some that requires you to register. So when you go to a new state, and if you're going to move to a new state and live, you got to go register. If you don't register, that failure to register is a separate independent crime in and of itself. That's what he was charged with. That's what he pled guilty to. That's my understanding. Who's big and handsome? B. Carter. Who big and handsome? So now, allegedly, based on the interview that Jennifer did with The Real, Nicki and her team, or people, friends of her, or whoever these folks were putting pressure on her to recant her story. And I think the young lady said that the last effort was a $20,000 cash payment that was placed on her lap. And when she refused it, Nicki called, text or something, or had somebody call, text, or reach out to the young lady and told her she shouldn't have done that. She should have took the money. And the young lady, I guess, felt concerned and filed suit. So the question was, why would they be trying to pay her off? If he's already been convicted or pled guilty or found guilty, because it's my understanding that this is the original main offense is something that happened over 10 years ago. What would her recantation mean now? Well, a recantation now would mean that the conviction could be overturned, depending on what state he's in. And if the conviction could not be overturned, at the very least, it could possibly prevent him from having to register as a sex offender. Okay? And ultimately, that's what they don't want. They don't want him to have to register as a sex offender, because registering as a sex offender means you can't do nothing around children. Nothing. Nothing. Listen now, he can be around his children. But if his children are playing sports, guess who can't show up at the game? If his children want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, guess who can't go? If his children want to go to the Disneyland or to the Disney World, guess who can't go? Sharing. It can, but it rarely does. It rarely does. It depends on the degree of damage that the lie caused. Okay? Be honest. Okay? There are a lot of people, I won't say a lot, I'm going to take that back. That's an exaggeration. That's not true. There have been some who have recanted and nothing has happened other than the charges get dropped or dismissed, or the guy's able to get his record expunged, or whatever the case may be. No prosecution against the alleged victim. Can they prosecute her? Yes. Absolutely. Especially if she gave any testimony under oath. That is called perjury. Okay? Now, she might not be prosecuted for filing a false claim, because a lot of times in those felony sex cases, it's law enforcement who is actually bringing the charges. The victim rarely is the one who actually goes in and signs the affidavit. Okay? But if she was anywhere and gave a statement of the facts saying that he did this to her, and that statement, that testimony, that interview was under oath, and based upon that under oath statement, things happen. He was found guilty. She could be prosecuted for perjury. Oh, B. Carter, thank you so much, baby. He is. Truth be told, he almost out of me. And I have to tell him and remind him on a regular basis. The day gonna come when you're gonna look down at your mama. It's gonna happen. I see it. It's in your future. But let me tell you what. I'm still your mama. Don't you ever get that twisted. And let me tell you something else. I might not can whoop you with a belt, but I will knock the air out you so hard and so quick that I promise you, you're going to see your grandmama sitting in heaven with the angels at the feet of Jesus. Don't mess with me. Don't you ever play with me, and don't you think you can disrespect me. I will knock you out. The old folks used to say it this way. I brought you in here, and I'll take you out. But he did what he said, what she said he did. Oh, hey. Just wondering because I might have taken the $500K if Nicki paid the taxes since he already did it. Just being honest. Sharon, what? Oh, you done beat me to the next step. You done beat me to it, Sharon, because this is what I wanted to. This is the second part of what I wanted to bring to y'all for conversation, congregation. Listen, I didn't hear that she had offered her $500,000. All I heard was 20. Now, if she offered her $500,000, that was nice. But let's be honest. Nicki Minaj got over 100 million followers. If she asked all of them for $1, she'd have 100 million. Now, all 100 million ain't gonna send her no dollar, but imagine 100 million now, not 1 million, 100 million. What happened if 1 million people send $1? That's $1 million. On top of the money she got. Nigga got enough money. Half the time people saying no because you ain't offered the right number. I knew this judge one time. Had this attorney, and we found out that he was bribing folks all up and down. All up and down, 61, 8, everywhere you name it. Anybody he needed to pay off, he paid them off. Well, he went to bribe this judge. This is when and how he got caught. He went to bribe this judge. He was in court fighting over. Would you pay him some attention? Stop that for me. Okay. All right. Y'all give me about 30 minutes and I'll be done. All right. Listen, he went to bribe this judge. He was in court fighting over $44 million. And he wanted the judge to rule in his favor and said he was entitled to. It was 2 sets of attorneys fighting over some attorney fees, and it was $44 million worth of attorney fees that they were fighting over. He wanted to win. He wanted all the money. So he wanted to bribe the judge to rule in his favor. He only offered the judge $40,000. Hell, I'd have thought I'd have been, you were setting me up too. The judge thought he was being set up, called the feds, they set up a sting and got him and everybody attached to him. They got him for that, and they found out some other folks, other judges, other prosecutors, other people that had been in this criminal enterprise for years. And I said, hold on a minute. You want me to risk my entire career? This judge was an older judge too. He definitely had to be in his 70s at least. You want me to risk my freedom at this stage in my life and give you 44 million and you only gonna give me 40,000? She reduced it. She reduced the offer to 25 and a birthday video. Big Carter, come on. You not baby, you sitting in multi-million-dollar houses, you driving multi-million-dollar cars, and you want me to let this low-down, no-good Negro that did what he did to me go so y'all can roll off into the sunset and be free and happy, and all you want... You could at least put me on a payment plan. You could have been paying me $20,000 a month for the next so many years to give me my money. Do something. But you just, baby, stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen, it's something as serious as a sexual assault that I'm never, ever, ever going to forget. No telling how long it took me to be able to close my eyes and sleep without replaying it in my head. You gonna lowball me? Yes, karmic. It was, come on, man. It's insulting. It's insulting. If you want to buy me, then you need to come correct of what my value is now. If you want to buy me. I ain't saying I can be bought. But if you want to convince me to sell myself, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Nicki Poo. They just love out of few zero. Something terribly went wrong. Because now your situation is worse. Not only is your man having to register, but now he's facing going back to jail, and you being sued civilly by her. So she gonna get her money without having to sell her soul. All because you wouldn't do it right. Good God have mercy. And then you don't keep coming after the young lady trying to convince her to sell her soul, and you keep lowering the amount of money that you offering her. If you started at 500,000 and she said no, you don't go low, baby. You go high. What Michelle say? When they go low, we go high. Come on now. Let's be for real. Then we got this other situation going on with Nicki about all this stuff with COVID. Now, I ain't watched a whole lot of this stuff, but I would say this twofold. One, you should have left your cousin friend's testicle out of it. The folks that went out there and searched. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody got no inflated testicles. Nobody got no inflated testicles. Nobody got them. Oh my goodness. Oh, what you say, Sherry Redmond? That's what my boy fucking Daniva said. Pay me for my pain. And if you ain't gonna do that, stay out of my lane. Leave me alone. My bad. I mean, come on, man, leave that alone. You done made the folk go looking, because if somebody has taken the vaccine and it's caused their testicles to swell and them to be impotent or sterile or whatever, I mean, this is some folks need to know. What make you thought them folks wasn't gonna go search this out? And if you didn't know that for sure, that wasn't even nothing that needed to be said. Now, it has been alleged, it has been suggested that the reason why Nicki made these statements over here and got on this COVID thing is to draw attention from what she had going on over here with this husband. You know what I said about Brian Landry's folks? Got the folks out there searching in the the reserve. If he in the reservoir, he ain't make it. Out in the reserves and that boy over somewhere else. A distraction. Then nobody ask you about your opinion of the COVID situation. Oh, I forgot. On these videos, they don't want you using the words. So the C-19. Yeah, because she gonna get the money anyway, because she got proof that you were calling and texting and coming at her, and you were sending other people. That's what harassment is. If she keeps saying no, leave me alone, and you keep coming, that's harassment. So the girl gonna get her money anyway, and your man is looking at what he looking at anyway. So if you wasn't gonna come correct to make the thing go away, leave it alone. Cousin 19, yeah. Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did say that. I'm gonna lie. When they go low, we go to hell. We going a lot lower than them. But now I will say this, as it just relates to the fact that Nicki is not ready to take the Cezine. She cannot be ready. People got a right to make their decision when it comes to their own health. And we may think, oh man, that's you bugging. But if you are not ready to take the vaccine, that's your right. Now, I'm real concerned with us attacking people about that right. Now, I think that the Joy Reids and all these other folks that come at Nicki were coming at Nicki because of, like I said, that when she come out talking about what happened to her cousin's best friend, cousin around the street on the corner. And to some extent, it makes sense, y'all. If you got 100 million people following you, and they are going to move based off what you say, you need to be responsible with what you say. Because what you are saying is going to affect other people's lives, for better or for worse. She is a big influence. The White House never would have reached out to her if it was me. Ain't nobody reached out to me when I was concerned about taking. But I don't have 100 million followers, so I get it, right? But shame on you if you were using this as a strategy to throw us off the scent. I'm gonna need you to get a better PR team, because you getting dogged for the vaccine statement, and you still getting dogged for this foolishness going over here with your husband who is a sex offender. You ain't fixed nothing. You ain't stopped nothing. You ain't changed nothing. Sometimes when the bottom is falling off, we want to run, we want to talk, we want to share, but sometimes it's just good not to say nothing. Sometimes if you got to, and if you got followers like I got followers and something were to happen to me, you all want to know what was going on, and I'm going to come here and tell you. But I'm going to let you all know, hey, listen, I got this situation going on. I can't speak on it. And guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to step away from the social media thing for a little while. I got to take care of this. And once I take care of this, I'll be back. And just be honest and let it do what it do. That's my 2 cents for what it's worth. Okay. The FBI warned her about the bounty on her head. Woo-wee. Freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. Well, this is the thing, Nicki Poo. Your rights end where the next person's rights begin. And that's something that we don't seem to understand. We focus on our rights and we think our rights are unlimited, and that's not true. My rights only go as far as they bump up against yours. I have to explain this to people who get into situations and they don't understand why the police came to their house and charged them with disorderly conduct because they were having a wild out party, and the other neighbors on the street called the police saying because they violated the noise order. You didn't go to the city and get permit to have this party where everybody would know during these hours it's going to be loud. You just decided to throw a party in the backyard and we kicking it, and you think I can get as loud as I want to and do what I want to because I'm at my house. Yes, but your neighbor is next door. And your neighbors have a right to what's called the enjoyment of their peace. And if you are disturbing the enjoyment of their peace, they can call the police. Yeah, Sharon Leonard, and you're getting bad publicity. You didn't make things better, you only made it worse. And sometimes it's just best to leave well enough alone or get you a better PR. One's freedom of rights can't be another's violation of rights. Exactly. Trinidad doesn't even have the same we have. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And let me say this, because one thing happened, another thing can happen, and that doesn't make it related, right? Two things can happen at the same time. It doesn't mean there's a correlation between the two. I can take the vaccine and then my leg break. And I don't know why it broke. I ain't fall, I ain't did nothing, it broke. Just because I took the vaccine and my leg broke, don't mean the vaccine caused my leg to break. Two things can happen simultaneously without there being a correlation between the two. Just because you don't like seatbelts don't give you the right to fly through my windshield. All right, Sharon. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But because there's a whole lot of skepticism and a whole lot of questions around the vaccine, if anybody take it and anything happened, it's automatic that because you took this, that's what happened. And that's not so. We already know a lot of people that's taking the vaccine has underlying health issues and conditions. So it could be a result of your underlying health conditions that cause whatever to happen and don't have nothing to do with the vaccine. That's all I'm saying. Some people do have a negative reaction to it, allergic reaction to it. But I mean, you know, I'm telling you, get the information. I'm advising you to take it. If you feel like you don't want to because you got questions, concerns, or whatever, understand. Get as much information and education about it as you can. Make the best decision you can for you and your family. I had some questions, I had some concerns, but I made a decision to take it because of my underlying health conditions. Because I'm travel a lot, I'm around people a lot, and I wanted to do the very best I could to protect not only myself, but my son, who can't get the vaccine. Even if he wanted to, he can't get it because of his age. And so all I think about is, Lord Jesus, I don't know if something is going to happen as a result of the vaccine, but I know from what I've seen with my own eyes what this disease, what this virus does to people who didn't have it. The vaccine. I don't want that. And I know people who got it, who got the C, the cousin 19, got through it, but they still ain't right. Now, I don't know if any of you all know anybody like that, but I mean, they still ain't right. Their memory is nowhere near like what it was. I mean, oh my God. I knew somebody who got over it, and then they found that the cousin 19 had affected the vessels in her eye, caused an infection in the eye, and they struggled. They got it. They saved her sight, but there for a minute it was touch and go. Okay, good, Carmen. Good. Well, listen, if you're not going to take it, that's your right, that's your choice. But do the best you can to be as healthy as you can. Eat good, and take your vitamins, and wear your mask. Okay. Whether you take it or not, one thing I want everybody that's a member of the congregation to be is that is safe and alive. Okay. All right. One of our sisters we prayed for earlier on this live, and so I think that was Miss Janet? I think that's Miss Janet. I think that was Miss Janet Holiday. I think that was her. Was that Miss Janet? I don't know how you get to all of the other. It goes up so far, and then I can't see it anymore. And we're going to continue to pray for her health and healing. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm going to eat dinner. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all's support so much. Y'all know I say it all the time. To the extent that this channel is a success, it is so because of you. And without you, there would be no channel. I'm very gracious. I'm very appreciative of, listen, if y'all never gave a dime, just the fact that you would spend your time with me, I'm appreciative. Thank y'all so much. I try my best to pick topics that's worth having a conversation about and make it as interesting and as fun as I can. After a stressful day, a hard day, sometimes you just need to laugh, even if it's about a serious situation. Can you make me laugh? Can you give me something that uplifts my spirit? So even though we talk about serious things, the death of Miss Gabby Petito is a serious matter. But even in the midst of talking about serious situations, we want to smile. We want to laugh. This channel and my commentary is to help you feel better at the end of it, not worse. And if I'm going to do that, I'll stop doing it. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Listen, y'all, be blessed. I thank y'all. If you hadn't had a chance to hit the like or the subscribe button, hit it now before you go out, okay? Remember, it's free. Yes. All right, Janet. Yes. Janet Holiday. So y'all, let's keep Janet. She's a part of the congregation and the jury when we need it to be. So let's keep Miss Janet in our prayers. If you're praying in the morning, pray for Janet Holiday. If you're praying at noontime, pray for Janet Holiday. If you pray before you lay down, pray for Janet. Keep her in your prayers, and we are believing that God is going to do what we know he can. Let's heal from the inside out. Okay? All right, y'all. Oh, Tanya, thank you so much, babe. We try to make it interesting. And I did not see, at least she didn't come in the comments, Miss Bernadette. Miss Bernadette Carter. Thank you all so very, very much. Bernadette, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. I want you to know that I have used it to get breakfast. I'm so thankful and appreciative for your graciousness. Oh my God, baby. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy the live. All right, guys. Hey, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay alive. Okay? All right? Y'all be good to each other until we see you next time, okay? All right. I might do a few little lives while I'm out and about to share my birthday with y'all, but I'm definitely going to be uploading probably some videos and I'll put some pictures up on the community tab and things like that, okay? All right, guys. God bless. Y'all have a good evening, okay? We will see y'all next time. Love you guys. All right. Bye-bye.